And then another important part before you fly an airplane is called the pre-flight, or the walk around. And so this is when we walk around the airplane and make sure everything looks okay and it's ready to fly, because we don't want to get in it and then there be an issue as we're trying to take off. So we come back, we make sure everything's moving properly, that there's no big cracks or dents from something that happened to our airplane when we weren't around. Check everything. I'm looking at the tail. It's the vertical stabilizer here. This is the horizontal stabilizer down here. This is the tail. There's not a whole lot in there except for some wires and an emergency locator in case there's an accident. That's the name of our airplane, November 5168 Victor. Come over here and we make sure the wing looks stable, the ailerons are moving. Very good. Coming over here. And this is one of the very important parts, is that we need to check the fuel. And so in order to check the fuel, we use this device that drains the fuel. And you might be asking yourself, why is fuel coming from there? Well, did you know that in an airplane, the fuel is in the wings? And we're checking our fuel to make sure it's a nice color blue and that there's no water in it, so I don't see any water. That's good. So let's come under here and let's check our fuel down here as well. If I can find it with one hand as I'm recording. And again, looking. Yep, no water, all blue. Looks good. While we're over here, let's check the oil. So I'm take the oil stick out. Oil's right at 6 quarts. That's minimum of where we want it. Tighten that back down. And if you're wondering what this cord is, we actually keep our engine plugged in the winter. It helps keep the engine warm and healthy. And then here's the propeller. We want to make sure there's no nicks or bumps in our propeller. It looks good. And we want to make sure no birds have built a bird nest in our engine. They like to do that sometimes when you park outside because it's nice and warm in the winter. We come over here, check this wing. And then one of the last things we do is we take our extra fuel, we come up on top, and then we check to make sure that we actually have plenty of fuel. And I can see it in there, it's kind of sloshing around. And I go ahead and I pour my extra fuel in with the rest. And I seal it back up. And after going around the whole plane, we should be ready to go.